The reporter is talking about the blue glass vase.
Mhm.
He says that it's in 100 pieces now.
Mhm.
Jenny looks at the photo of the vase and she asks her mother if she have any old bottles.
Okay. What day is it?
What
What
did
day,
she?
what day is it?
It's Friday.
It's Friday. And what usually happens on Friday?
Usually, Jenny takes any newspapers uh, in the house.
Janie, okay, Janie collects, Janie takes, Janie looks for all newspapers around the house. Okay. What does Mrs. Allen say?
Mrs. Allen says that the that's all, but the newspaper recycling truck is coming this day.
Okay. Good. What happens in the meantime?
In the meantime, Harry is talking on his telephone to a man in a dinner.
You know what?
The man in a dinner.
What do you mean? Maybe at a restaurant or at a cafe.
At a cafe.
Maybe he's talking with that man at a cafe or at a restaurant, but not at a dinner. Where is the man? Is the man in Cali, in New York, in Paris,
In Seattle.
in Seattle? The man is in Seattle.
In Seattle.
Yes. What do they say?
Uh, he says that he wants $50,000 for the painting, but the man wants five.
Okay. So the man wants to pay only $5,000.
Yes,
Okay.
but Harry wants 50,000.
Yes. What else does Harry say?
Uh, uh, Harry says that he has the painting and it's okay.
All right. Let's turn the page.
Jenny is looking for all newspapers because every Friday morning, she takes them from the rooms in the house.
Mhm.
Jenny opens Harry's door and looks around.
Mhm.
Then the newspaper recycling truck arrives.
Yes, but excuse me, does Janie find any newspapers or bottles in Harry's bedroom?
Yes, she finds the all newspapers under Harry's bed.
Keep going, please.
Janie runs from her house and sees the truck. She says that wait for her and gives the box with the newspapers.
Sorry, she asks them to wait for her.
She asks
Them to wait for her.
them to wait for him, her,
For her. And
and gives the box with the newspapers.
okay, so she gives the box. She gives
Yes.
the box to one of the men in the truck, right?
Yes, she gives the box
To one of the men in the recycling truck.
to one of the men to the recycling truck.
One of the men in the recycling truck, and the newspapers are in the box. Good. What else happens?
Harry is coming back. He sees the recycling truck and sees Janie. He says that it's Friday and he remembers the newspapers.
Okay, so he remembers it is Friday, and also he remembers his newspaper. Why? Why does he remember his newspaper?
Because under the newspapers there are the painting.
Okay, because in his newspapers is the painting.
Yes, because in the newspapers
Is his painting.
is his painting.
Okay.
Harry asks that wait for him.
Harry
Um,
asks them to wait for him.
Harry asks them to wait for him. Janie watches him and thinks about what is he doing.
And thinks about what he is doing.
And thinks about what he is doing.
Mhm.
He jumps into the back of the truck and says that he wants his newspaper and asks, where is it?
And asks where it is.
And asks where it is.
Hmm. How is Janie feeling about that?
Jenny is surprised.
She is surprised. She is surprised to see that Harry chases after the truck, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's move on.
Jenny walks from the house to the truck and asks why is his newspaper important because it's 2 days old.
Excuse me.
But Harry,
Excuse me. Janie asks why his newspapers are so important. She asks why his newspaper is so important. What does she ask?
she asks why his newspaper is important because it's 2 days old.
It is 2 days old. Yes, correct.
But Harry pays no attention because he thinks about his $1 million painting and asks where it is.
Yes, right.
Jenny is looking at Harry's shoe and she thinks of there's some piece of there's some piece of glass in Harry's shoe
Okay.
and asks where where she have seen it before.
Mhm.
Suddenly she remembers the photo of the glass vase on the TV.
Mhm.
She thinks it is from the vase in the art gallery and asks if is Harry the thief.
Does he ask someone or does he ask herself?
He asks herself.
Okay, she asks herself if Harry is the thief. Okay.
The men from the truck are angry. They said they are going to leave in that moment, and he and they are late.
Why are they angry?
Because Harry it's late
Because Harry is in the truck.
because Harry is in the truck.
What is he doing in the truck?
He is looking for his newspaper.
Okay, good. And what about Janie at this moment? What is Janie doing in the meantime?
Uh, Janie is in the house, says is talking with the police. She says to the police that she maybe is wrong, but he sees a blue glass in her shoe and says that Harry is looking for his newspaper now because she thinks that maybe Harry is a thief.
Okay. Good.
Two policemen arrives. They said to Harry that look at Harry's shoe, and he asks if something is wrong. The policeman takes the glass from Harry's shoe and asks that it's a piece of glass from an expensive vase.
They ask Harry if he remembers.
Yes,
Mhm.
he asks if Harry remember.
Okay. Does Harry understand what the police officers are talking about?
Yes, and is surprised.
He is surprised.
He is surprised
Why is Harry surprised?
because knew that the policemen know that he is the thief of the $1 million painting.
Okay, good. And this is the last picture.
And police cars and policemen arrives. The man look in the truck for the $1 million painting and finds the right newspaper.
Mhm.
One of the policemen says to Janie that she did a good job and there's a reward.
A reward.
Reward.
Mhm.
She says that with the reward, she can buy a painting because she like pictures.
She likes pictures. Okay, that's pretty good. Good job, Adeline. What do you think about the story?
That's very excited. It's uh, it's very entertaining.
It's very entertaining.
Entertaining.
Was it easy or hard for you to understand the story and talk about it?
Easy.
Okay. Madeline, again, you have done a very good job. Now, please, you turn back to listening to the Fireboy.